All right, Capricorn, let us see what your reading is in store for today. And if you guys want to meet your own spirit guide and put together free meditation to take you on a journey to the Temple of the Masters, I will link to that in the comments. Okay, so Capricorn. The core of the issue. You're going through relationship growth. It's as if you've gone through the journey of figuring out how to be happy on your own and how to be like independent. Right? On this side. And then there's this side where you know how to be in relationship, but you only know how to be in relationship. So you swung to this side. And now it's like, how do I be that creative person? And it's not about being in the middle. It's kind of about being willing to sway. Sometimes it's like, oh, whoop, can't get sucked into your world. I got to take care of me. Whoop. I could play more in your world now and give you more of my time, energy, and effort and drop some of my stuff. So you're kind of going through, you kind of just thought it would be in the middle, like two people coming together and your life's just better with both of you in there. But it's if you want that like life journey, that life story, sometimes it will be a little bit of a, I know you need me right now and I can't be there for you. And sometimes it's a, actually, I can drop some of my stuff right now and it could be all about you and what you need. Just kind of just finding like that kind of balance. And it's knowing that it might be like a week to week, a month to month, even a day to day thing. You know what, today I can drop all my chores and help you. Yeah, because it just kind of looks like you were trying to be a little too staunch in finding that middle ground. Like it's almost as if you were a little too set on, I need the routine. When it's know that there's a set, the amount of, you do need an element of routine, Capricorn, but the amount of routine you need is far less than you think you need. So it's almost as if like you just need like an hour or two of routine every day. And it looks like for you guys, it's actually like more in the morning. And it doesn't mean that you like always wake up at 7 and the next 2 hours is this, but it's you have your morning routine, right? Because maybe that person might need you from like 7 to 8 in the morning. So then after you help them, then you go do your routine 8 to 10 instead of 7 to 9 that day. So it's as if there is like a routine you need for your happiness that you need to do almost every day in the morning. But like everything else, you can be flexible with, Capricorn. Because it kind of looks like the reason why like this, learning how to be a team player, kind of learning how to be, essentially not get lost in relationships so you can allow love in. And the reason why it's all covered with the 7 of Cups, you haven't fully picked how you want the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years of your life to look. You might be doing the whole, I'm with a life partner, I'm manifesting a wife, I'm manifesting a husband thing, but you haven't yet fully committed to the idea of that. You know, and like one thing that's been really helping some of my clients lately is that it's really about a choice of who do you want to serve? Because no matter what you like no matter, you're always serving someone. Do you want to serve a husband, a partner? Do you want to serve a boss? Or do you want to serve the people if you go the solopreneur, self-employed route? So it's kind of recognizing that like if you're going to thrive at any of these, you're picking one to serve. And I don't think you've yet even accepted, Capricorn, that like life kind of is about an element of servitude. So you haven't yet, you just haven't made that commitment to like your life path. And I think that that's why that relationship issue was a little hard. I think you were kind of expecting like a boom, 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 we just lock in, we're compatible. But then you were finding out like, oh, these areas of my life I don't actually need anymore. Hold on, now I feel like lost in the connection by them. There's more of him than me in this. But it's because you were like kind of rediscovering what those new parts were. So you didn't actually get lost in their energy. You just realized when in their vicinity that like, oh, I don't care about these facets of my life anymore. And you were just feeling that like gap, that gap. And it was all right, well, what are the new things? Since these things weren't things that I actually like, what are the new things that I want to be doing? So you're in the process of like kind of discovering that. Okay, but what about this decision? It's kind of like whatever was lost, don't worry, there will be a second chance for it. Seeds are well planted for whatever was like kind of, it feels like impulsively cut out of your life. There's a second chance for it. Seeds are well planted. The other person is kind of welcoming a little bit of a reprieve because it was getting intense for them too. You needed a little bit of a break far more than they did. You didn't mess anything up though. So you haven't like altered your life course trajectory or anything. You kind of just need to make the decision though of, do you want a life service, a life purpose where you're serving an audience, like think Abraham Hicks, T.L. Swan, right? Or if you want to use me as an example, I could choose that path and, create 100 meditations on my website and everything. Or I could choose to keep it minimal and just do like YouTube and see VIP intensive clients. So there's a difference of having it be like a life service, a life mission where you wake up and it is the thing that like draws you out of bed and that you like look forward to doing, and you do it for 6, 8, 10 hours a day. Versus just treating it like, I know this is a way I like to spend my time. I like to spend my time this way, and I like to serve clients in this way. Then it's like 2 to 4 hours a day. So it's like a difference of the level of like heart commitment to it, that I think you need to sort through that. Okay, so you reassured them that they haven't messed up the relationship. What do they need to hear to make their decision? Oh, well, you're a little afraid of losing an identity. Let's just say it is the example of like you were serving a life mission or whatever, and now you're realizing like, oh, I don't know if I want to do that. You're having a hard time of like letting go of that self-reliance, that identity of I can do it all on my own, that nope, I can provide that, nope, I don't need a man or a woman for that, I can do it all like on my own. You're having a really hard time of letting go of that identity and being willing to rely on someone. And it's kind of like almost as if acknowledging that your life service had a bit of a difficult start to it. It never had that complete free flowing. There was a lot of force energy. Like you weren't manifesting from a place of pure alignment, pure bring you joy. You're manifesting from a place of, no, I will do this and I'm going to hyper focus on it. I'm going to like will it in. Because what Spirit wants to say is you manifest whatever it is you focus on, whether you want it or not. Whether you want it or not. There were things about it that you liked, perks and benefits that you liked about it. There was a sense of satisfaction, accomplishment, gratification. But you were never manifesting from a place of this brings my heart joy. This brings my heart delight. This fills my cup. This fills my heart. That's the transition you're moving into, Capricorn. And from there, it's recognizing that the reliance, you had to do that anyway. If you were doing the life service thing, you had an element of relying that people would always book with you for your finances. Now it might be and now I'm relying on this person to provide my financial needs. Once it like clicks into place for you that it's, oh my God, I want my heart to be filled with love. And I want to love my day. Your manifestation game will completely change. Let me write that down. That's a really good title. You recognize you want your heart full of love. Your manifestation game will change. Okay, so it looks like in the recent past. Well, in the recent past, it looks like you had a moment or an opportunity where you did kind of feel that like all-inclusive love, that life partner, that like this is not this is family. You just had that moment where you were like, whoa, this could be everything I wanted, you know? But it looks like there was something, Capricorn, that kind of like freaked you out a little bit and made you act a little impulsively, or like it's almost as if you had that moment you were like, whoa, this could actually be very satisfying and gratifying. Like, I could do this for the rest of my life. Um, but it feels to you as if it was like moving too fast. So it looks like there just needed to be a conversation about that fast movement, about that. Or it's like something was going really fast and you needed something else on the side so that you would feel safe. And there just needed to be a conversation about like whoa, I love all of this. And I also need us to do this, or I also need this, just so I can feel like more balanced, so I can feel more safe. So it kind of looks like that's where you should kind of put your focus on. What is it that I would have needed to have felt safe with that thing in the past? It looks like going into the future, Capricorn, you're going to treat this growth like a tower moment. This growth for you is going to be more of a humbling moment for you. For some of you, that means you are going to be like on the floor crying. For those of you who are kind of past that stage, it is going to be that just that like humbling, like a, oh my God, I really did love that person. Oh my God, I really do want to be in a relationship. So you're gonna grow, you're gonna go through this growth of like that team player balance in a tower way instead of the wheel way. You know, the wheel is where you're like, okay, I want this change, and you just embrace the expansion, you embrace the new, you embrace the good thing after good thing after good thing, and just allow it to beautifully, joyfully, delightfully unfold. The tower is where you like, you're going higher, 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 but all the negative emotions are bubbling up. And instead of you just focusing on this, you're going to like crash, feel all those negative emotions. And then you're going to have that like washout moment, you know, where you're like, okay, the storm passed, here I am. And you're going to like kind of quickly rebuild from it. Yeah, you're going to quickly rebuild from it. So just be okay that, you know, that's the way you're choosing your growth, essentially. In terms of your personal power this month, your personal power this month is like expect things to pick up, expect things to go good and well for you, and pick up your communication to spirit. Okay, hold on, they want to come in. Capricorn, we need you to start manifesting again. Universe, help me with this. Universe, help me with that. Universe, make this easy for me. Universe, here's something I'd like to experience. Here's something I'd like to experience is your manifestation words until your next reading. I'd love to experience doing a pull-up. I'd love to experience romance. I'd love to experience sweetness and softness. I'd love to experience having a lot of money again. I'd love to experience having new clothes. That's your, wow, interesting. Okay, Capricorn, in terms of outside influences, well, all I can tell you is outside influences really want you to have what you want. And it's almost as if everyone outside of you can see what you want. You know, you're making that decision between career, family, or whatever big kind of decision you're making. You just know that the decision you're making is going to like, it's a long-term kind of manifestation, you know? Like if you're doing the family thing, shoot, you're committed to at least 18 years with those kids, you know? So it's just, I think that's why you're stalling out and making the decision harder than it has to be, because like everyone else around you knows what you want and it's clear and obvious to them. But so they're just all kind of being patient, waiting like, you've got this, you know, like they're all being encouraging and they're like, yeah, you should get what you want for sure. In terms of your hopes or fears for this month, you are just really afraid of making that decision for what you want long term because you're afraid of regretting it in the future. Like let's say you pick the life mission route, you build this beautiful business, you know, multi-millions, double-digit millions. You're in 50 countries in the world, your work is translated. And then like, you know, when you're 80, 90 and you look back and you go like, oh my God, what was that all for? This is what my heart actually wanted. Why didn't I do the family thing? Well, now I'm 80. Now it's way too late for me. Or you're afraid of, like, going the family route. You do the family thing. You put the family first. You get the kids growing older. And then the kids are like in college and they're not calling as much anymore. You're like, oh my God, what was all that for? I put all that time and effort into nurturing them. And now I don't even have a way to make money. And now I don't even have this. Like, so you're just really like afraid of future regret. Okay, Capricorn. Your outcome, though, is you're going to have a strong balancing of your feminine and masculine energies within you, and you're going to feel safe to allow your feminine to emerge. And you're going to start to feel safe in allowing yourself to be love, to just love people, to exude love. Like, you're just going to start to feel really safe in loving, and that you like to love people, that you like to make their life journeys easier. Because that's what, whether you go the family route or the life service route, that's what both of it, like, that's the common theme. I like to make people's life journeys easier, smoother, more enjoyable, better. Show me, universe, what's the most enjoyable path for me to take. Give me a glimpse of what each path will be like so that I can make the choice. And that's what's going to help you make your choice. All right, Capricorn, I hope that read helped. Don't forget, I go live Tuesday, Thursday at 11 a.m. Eastern Time right here on YouTube with free mini reads. The show is called High Vibe Mornings. Would love to have you there. Bye.